It really all started in '07 when photography was my original hobby. So I started taking pictures of spring training in '07, and then I thought, well, it would be fun maybe to get one of these pictures signed. One of the pieces that I enjoy is Roy Halladay's Perfect Game, because I was there and I was taking pictures.
If you had to pick the Phillies' best pitcher, give him a $50 gift card to
Starbucks.
To Starbucks, let him go out and get a
Get a sponsor. We get a sponsorship with Starbucks.
Get a cold brew. Go get a cold brew or whatever you want him to get. Who are you giving the $50 gift card to?
I'm Greg Murphy.
I'm Sam Stafford.
I'm Todd Zalecki.
This is Ruben Amaro.
I'm Jim Salisbury.
I'm Missy Manuel. Welcome to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism.
How do they do that?
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes!
Parking is free!
Free!
It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out.
Philadelphia's favorite sports boutique and Wayne's favorite card store have joined forces to create an exciting new experience on the main line. Together, Shibe Vintage Sports and Wheelhouse Cards are offering fans a one-stop shop for throwback sports clothing, cards, memorabilia, and more, all the while supporting small community businesses. Be sure to check out their new locations in downtown Wayne, on Paoli Pike in Westchester, and online at shibesports.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism, alongside Sam Stafford. I'm Greg Murphy. And Sam, getting a chance to do this show and getting a chance to be part of the Phillies organization over the last 12 years, I have met some extraordinary Phillies fans. And, it's kind of a family thing for a lot of folks. They pass it down from generation to generation. And I know recently you had a chance to meet a fan that I've known for a couple of years now.
Yeah, this lady actually came up to us, told us that she loved the show, which we really appreciated, but specifically mentioned how much she loves Greg Murphy and how she met you. But also, the collection that she's put together is absolutely astonishing. So we're going to go check it out. Hey guys, I'm here with our friend Lisa. Lisa, we actually met you when you were getting a bat signed by Cole Hamels when we were on the show a couple weeks ago. And you told us that you liked the show. You saw the relief room and you had something to show us. And boy, were you right. How did you get started with all of this?
Well, I was your typical fan through the 80s and, listening on the radio. And then when I got married, my husband and I decided to start traveling the ballparks. So married 24 years, and we only have 3 left, 4 with Texas. But it really all started in '07 when photography was my original hobby. So I started taking pictures at spring training in '07. And then I thought, well, it would be fun maybe to get one of these pictures signed. So we went to our first ALS Fan Fest. And once I got that first signature, then I thought, well, let me have the whole '08 starting rotation on the wall. And, then you just start going. And then, I got my husband and my daughter involved. We've been going to spring training now probably 17 years. They don't go anymore. Somebody had to stay home and take care of the daughter. We couldn't take her out of school after 6th grade. So I go and I enjoy the sun, photography, and baseball. It's a perfect world. So that's how I got started. And it has kind of exploded because I really enjoy taking the pictures, seeing the player sign my picture, the story behind it. I could be at the ballpark for 12 hours and it feels like 2 because you're just talking about baseball. I've been in the nursing home industry for over 30 years. And we've seen a lot of, especially during COVID. So baseball makes me happy, gives me joy. It's a natural high, and it makes me feel like a kid. Is that not the recipe for a long life? So people are probably going to see me around till I'm 90, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
Because a lot of people ask, why do you do this? Why do you spend so much time? And that's why. It's really,
truly a passion.
It is. It is passion. It just why wouldn't you do something that you enjoy doing, that brings you joy and actually brings others joy? Because I meet people, I try to teach them my mistakes, young kids, you know, trying to make sure they're using a right baseball and a right pen so that nothing worse than getting an autograph that you loved at 11 and it fades because you didn't do it right. So I really like meeting families and kind of helping them, enjoy the hobby. And
you just said that you like to teach them the right way. So for anybody watching, what is the right way? Like any tips?
Yeah.
Just like
make sure you have a Major League Baseball and a blue Bic pen for the baseball. And that permanent marker should be used on the hat or the photo. Try not to use the permanent marker on the ball. That's where the Bic pen comes in.
Okay.
So, obviously I don't want to turn the kids into, because it's not about the money for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry
Clearly you saved it all.
Yes. And and you'll see I have newspaper clippings that I saved from 1978, 1984. Juan Samuel was my favorite player back then. He was fast, and I got to do baseball 101 and actually raced him, and he let me win. So it's just fun. He gave me his jersey and got that signed, and so it's a lot of fun.
So you're obviously really tan. You said that when you do go to games that it's 12 hours. So you have quite a bit of a baseball community that you know.
Yes, because when I go to spring training, people, they remember you. And I'm also, I guess, part of I wanted to tell my story because people do see me a lot. And I don't want people thinking that I am doing this for the money, because nobody in their right mind would think that someone would be at the ballpark that often, that long, just for pure joy. But it is. I mean, my favorite thing to do on a Sunday afternoon, if I'm not at the ballpark, is to put the game on, and I finagle around with putting in a new picture that I took and got signed last weekend, and cataloging it all. I mean, that takes a long time.
Now, how often would you say you get down to the ballpark?
I go to the ballpark quite often, but I actually enjoy listening to the game. I love listening to McCarthy and Kruk and Schmidt on Sunday. I miss that. When I'm at the game, I miss things. I miss things
it's more about
because
the
I don't have my
experience,
replay.
yeah.
I don't have my announcer. I love the little tidbits. I could talk trivia and what happened in this year, or the Roy Halladay's perfect game. There's just so much to talk about. So I really enjoy listening and watching, and and then when you're at the game, it's great too. But I have a little ADD where I miss that play.
I absolutely love sports trivia, especially baseball trivia. And we were even having fun when you were showing us some of the stuff. You were teaching me some things. So we'll see that soon. But one question, because you even mentioned it to me, like everybody always thinks, they're like, wow, your husband's collection is awesome.
Yes.
But
yes.
this
Very
is
good point.
Mostly you.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. Can you talk about that?
Yes, I am a woman in a man's world, I guess.
Can relate.
I do have the husband help sometimes, but sometimes he'll get the wrong signature on the wrong bat, and then But yeah, I mean, I'll have people come over and they say, "Oh, this is amazing. What your husband's put together." I'm like, "No, this is all me. I mean, this is," and he'll be the first to tell you that it's all me, because it has gotten a little. I've always loved putting pictures on walls, and then when you actually have a story behind it, and then an autograph to go with it, and how you got that autograph and who you talked to while you were getting it. People are like, "Hey, I'll go get that autograph for you," and I'm like, "Well, that's no fun." It's the joy of meeting the player. Yeah. Like at the Hamill show, do you see the people that you're almost shaking when you're getting something that has this story to it, or you meet a player you've watched all your life. I have nephews, and my one nephew got to meet Bryce Harper and got a selfie with him, and now I made a whole book for him on we were at his 300th home run, and there's nothing better than seeing that kid's joy of meeting his hero. And being able to show him how to do that. I'm actually going Saturday to the photo day, not for myself, but for my friend's grandson, so I can show him how to get in line, what time to get. I'll have to get there in line for him, because nobody wants to go to the ballpark 3 hours early to get in line. But I will do that because he is going to be so excited to get a selfie with a player. And that's the joy of this.
So let's go see the collection that you've put together.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, time now to throw it over to Philadelphia's preeminent quizmaster. It's Johnny Goodtimes, and he's got some baseball trivia.
In what some consider the greatest game in Major League history, what Phillies pitcher threw a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs in a game against the Reds in 1971?
BetParks online casino and sportsbook. You love to play, you play to win, you bet BetParks.
When you open the BetParks app, you're in the zone. Winning is always a rush, but the money is in the moments. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun, you love to win. You bet. BetParks.
Phillies Nation is your source for breaking news, original analysis, trade insights, and more. With credentialed access, our team of writers brings you first-hand accounts from your favorite players on today's team, minor league prospects of the future, and Phillies alumni from the past. Join our community and connect with hundreds of thousands of diehard fans through our social media, road trips, tailgate parties, and charity events. Don't miss a thing. Be sure to visit PhilliesNation.com every single day.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Hey, parking is free! Free!
Gotta get your value. There's no better bargain than a vacation in Montco, PA.
These guys can't get enough.
Welcome to This Week in Philly Baseball History, presented by Shibe Vintage Sports. This week, in 2015, a 22-year-old Aaron Nola made his Major League debut at home against Tampa. The Louisiana native allowed just 1 run through 6 innings, a home run from the opposing pitcher. Celebrate more Philly sports history with clothing from Shibe Vintage Sports, where there's a story in every stitch. Visit them at 13th and Walnut Streets or at shibesports.com.
In what some consider the greatest game in Major League history, what Phillies pitcher threw a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs in a game against the Reds in 1971? That was Rick Wise.
If you're a trivia buff, head to JohnnyGoodtimes.com to hire Johnny for your next company party or private event. And we're back here on Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism, and we're watching the story of Lisa. What a terrific fan she is, and Sam, not a surprise, 2008 captivated a lot of folks here in Philadelphia and made them baseball fans for life, much like 1993. You can go back to 1980 as well, and it's great to see, and I'm sure a couple of new fans have jumped on to this 2022 through 2024 group of Phillies as well.
Oh, for sure, and I do want to stress to everybody, Greg, that this is Lisa's collection.
Yes.
Her husband does support her, but that 2018 really went out and reached the heart of Lisa. So let's see what else she has. So this is the nod to the 80s. And as you said, it's one of your favorite teams, right?
Yes, yes.
But you weren't getting autographs then, so you had to go back and find all these guys, right?
Yes, I did, yes. That's right. That is a good point. So actually only a few of these are my pictures, as like Dickie Knowles. He's great. But yeah, you can read every one of their autographs and you know exactly who it is. And this team, they're just so fan-friendly.
Yeah.
Very interactive.
Understand what they did.
Kind of like the 93 team, too. Very, very good ambassadors.
So we were talking about you take most of these pictures yourself. You're a big sports photographer.
Yes.
Not professionally, technically, but walk us through some of these stories about.
So, the 08 team is just a lot of fun at spring training, mostly taking the pictures down there. But I would say that one of the most fun, one of the pieces that I enjoy is Roy Halladay's perfect game.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was there and I was taking pictures, and this piece here was the calm before the perfect storm, and that was Roy working out and Chooch before the game, and then after the game, and just trying to get that ticket was a lot of fun. And I saw the 20th perfect game on my 10th anniversary in 2010. Other piece to this is you can see the longtime fan that I've been and my interest in sports photography. I have newspaper clippings from, I guess, mostly from the 80s. And I thought it would be cool to take current shots of the players mixed with the original newspaper clipping. I try to come up with interesting inscriptions, to make it fun.
I feel like all great collectors do that.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
You said with Larry right here, you got a good one.
Yeah, because I think it's pretty cool that Larry played in the '83 and the '93 World Series. That's
sure, yeah.
I'd like to know how many players have done that. So he put from Wee's Kid to Macho Row.
And is that Ruben with his dad over there?
It is, yeah.
That's a good one. Ruben would probably love to see that one.
Yeah, I think that's a great shot. I try to keep the managers over there. A little nod to Ruly Carpenter. I have my Dave Montgomery ball that, that'll be nice to honor him for the Wall of Fame. So every stadium I go to, I take a picture and make sure I have a full shot of the stadium.
Now, what has been your favorite stadium that you've been to? You said you still have 3.
Well, of course, Citizens Bank Park. Next to Citizens Bank Park, probably Pittsburgh. Here's actually Texas with Cole Hamels pitching.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah, definitely have been following Cole.
And you have some of our friends over here on this story. You got Ben Davis.
Yes.
A lot of these guys are going to love seeing this. They're going to be like, look how young I was.
I know.
But it's cool, too. You put your daughter into it. So that makes it a real family moment as well.
Yeah.
Now, what about these pins right here? Are they just from special events?
Yeah, I try to get a pin. Actually, there's a pin for every stadium that I've been to.
Okay.
I have that out there. And then I just try to get the spring training pins, World Series pins. It's kind of a fun. Apparently that's a whole thing in itself, pins.
We started in that room. We didn't even really show a whole room. We got the 80s, we got this, but there's still more. I love it.
Let's come over here.
One of the things I really liked when we were looking at this is you even have Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, up there with your daughter feeding her ice cream. That's something you talked about, how it's just the memories behind all of this.
Yes. And he put 2 scoops, please.
I love it. So how was that even a thing? He just fed her ice cream?
Yeah, we met him in Cooperstown. He asked us to go buy him some ice cream. And we went across the street, got him ice cream, and came back, and then he just started, interacting with my daughter, and it was really nice. It was a nice Reggie Jackson moment. And
you
then
do have a little Cooperstown.
Yes. Yeah. So my nod to Cooperstown, we actually got started there because of Pat Gillick's induction in 2011, and that's how we started spending our Memorial Day there for the Hall of Fame Classic game, and then my one and only induction was Pat Gillick, and then a nod to Jim Bunning and Roy Halladay for their perfect games.
Now, you have some baseball books here, but you have one that you highly recommend.
Yes, I would. To any baseball fan, it's the bucket list, 162 things to do before you die. And it's a great way to track. That has little pieces on what to do when you're at the ballpark. And then in the back, it's a nice little accounting of what you did and when you did it. And,
that is incredible.
It gives somebody the guide of, gives you. My daughter is 20 and has never had a vacation that hasn't revolved around baseball. Feel bad, but
well, Lisa, I've seen a lot of fan caves, and I have to say it might be a little biased because I'm a baseball girl #1, but this is, if not the best one I've ever seen. You have stuff on the back of every single door, and just all the memories and the signings. It's awesome. It's hers, guys. Remember, it's not her husband's. To everybody out there, if you missed that part. But thank you so much for welcoming us into your home.
Thank you, Sam.
It's been awesome.
Thanks for being here. Go Phils.
And now a crazy Philadelphia sports story.
Virtually everybody in Philly knows who Vince Papale is. The subject of the movie Invincible, Papale played 3 seasons for the Eagles after attending an open tryout and impressing coach Dick Vermeil. And everyone knows the great Jay Wright, Villanova's legendary coach who led the team to 2 national titles. But what most people don't know is that they used to work together as front office members of the Philadelphia Stars in the early 1980s.
Vince Papale worked with us. He did the radio. And Vince Papale and I used to work out. Our offices were in the Veterans Stadium. We used to work out at lunchtime every day, and our running exercise was throwing each other 40-yard passes out in Veterans Stadium. Nobody in the stadium. I loved it.
The young Jay Wright would experience his first championship that year, over 30 years before he won one with Villanova. The Stars, led by the great Kelvin Bryant, were the 1983 USFL champions.
Parks Casino. This is how you win. It's summer at Parks Casino, and the weather isn't the only thing that's hot. Slots are hot, table games are hot, sportsbook is hot, live entertainment and restaurants are sizzling hot. And check out the X Club. Join and instantly get $20 free slot play. Plus, we'll match your tiered card from another casino. It's time for some hot summer action at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. And now 100% smoke-free. Parks Casino, this is how you win.
A vacation in Montgomery County, PA is so affordable, you might lose your cool.
Oh, geez. Don't worry about it. It's free.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free? Yes! Parking is free! Free! It's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out!
From Octavius Cotto to Connie Mack to Edith Houghton, it's always been about more than baseball in Philadelphia. That's why, in the spirit of those pioneers, Shibe Vintage Sports is a proud supporter of the Anderson Monarchs youth baseball program in South Philly. We believe that it's important to honor the past and also invest in the future. You too can support youth baseball in Philly. For every Philadelphia Stars shirt sold, a portion will be donated to the Anderson Monarchs. Visit shibesports.com.
Welcome back to Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism. I'm Greg Murphy, and it's time now to check in what's happening on the Phillies Show. Todd Zalecki, Jim Salisbury, and Ruben Amaro Jr. What are they talking about this week? Let's find out.
So you look back at the first half Cy Young, Phillies Cy Young Award winner. Who do you pick? There's a lot of options.
There are a lot of options.
If you had to pick the Phillies' best pitcher, give him a $50 gift card to
Starbucks.
To Starbucks, let him go out and get a
get a sponsor. We get a sponsorship with Starbucks.
Get a cold brew. Go get a cold brew or whatever you want him to get. Who are you giving the $50 gift card to?
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Go ahead, Ruben.
I got Zach Wheeler. He's so consistent. He's just so consistent. I just love the way he goes about it. And even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he's still firing off 6 innings for you, and mixing in a quality start. So it's Zach for me.
Yeah, he's 10-4, 2.70 ERA. Nola leads the staff with wins with 11, but Wheeler's got the lowest ERA for whatever that's worth. Leads the team in strikeouts, only 35 walks in 116 innings. He's my guy as well.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but I would, this speed bump has put a lot of attention on Ranger. He had a great first half still.
He did.
Chris Sanchez had a great first half, and underappreciated Aaron Nola had a terrific, consistent, workmanlike, professional, successful first half as well. So Wheeler is the winner, but they go 4 deep pretty good.
They do.
There's a lot of 1A. There's a lot of 1As there too.
Yeah, they're really. I
love the consistency of Aaron Nola. I mean, he really is. I mean, he gives up home runs because he leaves pitches in the middle of the plate because he throws so many strikes. And that's going to happen. But Cole Hamels used to give up home runs left and right. I mean, you start looking at the length and breadth of what Nola's done. I mean, it's pretty outstanding as well.
Yeah, Nola's numbers are, just strikeouts. He's only walked 27 guys in 119 innings. You're right, Ruben. He's around the plate a lot. He gives up some home runs, but doesn't give up a lot of base runners. First half MVP, no brainer, right? Bryce Harper gets that. Hands down. Right. You can't really make. I guess you could make, if you wanted to be contrarian, you could say Alec Boehm is the first half MVP, and
you could say Trey Turner. You could say
Trey Turner's the first half MVP, but it's got to be Bryce Harper. The numbers were just off the charts good.
It's Harper, but terrific supporting cast. You mentioned Turner. Gosh, he's been otherworldly since coming back. Schwarber's having a great year, and Alec Boehm has got 70 RBIs, and he's really, Bryce Harper's Player of the Month twice, right?
Yes. May and June.
Yeah, and Boehm's done a pretty good job behind Bryce Harper, giving guys pitcher's something to think about. I think Bohm's had a tremendous year as well. So really good supporting cast behind Bryce Harper, but he's right there with all he's doing.
I saw Bohm
No doubt.
had. Yeah, I was going to say real quick, I think Bohm's got 33 doubles. I saw this in the notes, post-game notes. I'm kind of probably butchering this, but it's like the second player with like 30-plus doubles, Phillies player at the breaks, other than Chase Utley. So these guys turned into a doubles machine and an RBI machine.
It's spectacular what he's done. And really, when you think about why Bryce Harper's had such a great first half, you got to give some love to Alec Bohm from the time that he slid into that 4-hole. Who was going to be that guy? It was JT in the early part of the season. Alec Bohm started swinging the bat.
For more Phillies analysis and interviews, subscribe to The Phillies Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Greg, we spent hours with Lisa, and we heard so many awesome stories, and that's the best part about it. But unfortunately, we couldn't show everything because there was just so much. But that's what you love about these Philly fans.
No doubt about it. She's been talking about her collection for years, and now I've got a chance to see it. So thank you for that. That was great. And another terrific show here, Phillies Nation, presented by Valley Forge Tourism, and we're going to have another great one for you next week. So for Sam Stafford, I'm Greg Murphy saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.